Hey guys, and welcome to /Games. So in this very quick tutorial I'm going to be showing you how you can create some sort of objective. In this case it's going to be the landing pad. We're going to be changing our animation of our sprite depending on how close or far away it is from the landing pad. So when we're really close, say about 200 pixels, the little feet are going to deploy, and when we move away from the landing pad the feet are going to contract again. And then also, depending on what we do, whether we land on the pad successfully, land on the pad going too fast, or crash into the ground, we're going to be displaying some sort of notification, failure, or success message to the user telling them what they can do next. So to start things off, I'm going to go into my sprites and I'm going to import my landing pad, SPR pad. I'm going to give this a middle center, and I'm going to import the mission messages over here. So the first one is mission accomplished. The second one is mission failed, you were traveling too fast for landing, and the third one is mission failed, one cannot land on unstable terrain. So SPR message, I'm going to leave that at 00 for now. Then let's go ahead and create those objects. Object message, set the sprite. Also, create event needs to have image speed set to 0. Because I will be telling it what the image index is. I don't want it flicking through when it's created. And this object is going to be created on a separate layer. So in the room, game world, I want to add another instances layer. This one's going to be called messages. Okay, so we can close that now. Let's go ahead and create the landing pad. Object pad. Let's give it the right sprite. There it is. And it doesn't really have to do anything else. When we are in our game world, I want to create an instance of that landing pad as soon as we are in. So I'm going to say instance create layer. So I want it to be somewhere around 100 pixels away from the left border and 100 pixels away from the right border of the room. So I'm going to say room width minus 100, so that's our x and y. Well, it's going to be our min and max in the iRandom range. And then next, oh wait, I must have missed something. Oh, that's here. Then next we've got the y. I'm going to say at 1020. I believe that's right here at the bottom. 1022, 21, 20 is about there. Then I'm going to say the layer ID, in this case is the messages layer. Wider. The name of the object is the object pad. Actually, this is not the messages layer, this is the instances layer, which is this one over here. Okay, and that's a capital I. And that's done. So it'll create that landing pad somewhere around between here and the opposite side, which is around here. That'll be our objective. So let's close the game world, we're done there. Now let's go to our lander. And when we collide with the ground over here, we are setting our gravity on a speed and our operation to 0 and false, and we're destroying the particle system. One thing I also want to do is I want to display that message. So this is obviously a failure, and if I go into the sprites to look at the image index of a failure because we've hit the ground or tried to land on terrain that's not suitable, I believe it's this one, 012, so that's image index 2. So we can use the with constructor here, so with instance create layer, I'm going to say put this at 00, layer ID is going to be messages layer, and the object is going to be object message. So with that instance I want to set its image index to 2 because it was 012, so 2 was this kind of failure. Save that. I'm actually going to copy this. Let's go to add event collision with the landing pad. So a similar deal. We have again all of these. We want to destroy that particle system. Let's put that at the bottom. But I want to do something special here. I want to say, well, if we've successfully landed on the pad but we were going too fast, then we're going to display a certain kind of message. Otherwise we're going to display the success message over here. So let me clean this up a bit. Okay, so if it was greater than equal to 5, let's just say greater than 5. If it was greater than 5, then we are failure number image index 1, because I believe that says You're traveling too fast for landing. Presuming you can see it over there. Traveling too fast for landing. And again there, one cannot land on unstable terrain. So this guy is we've landed, but you were going too fast. So in this case, if we're going too fast, then it's a 1. Otherwise, it's going to be a success, which is a 0. Cool stuff. Now that should handle the creation of this object message, whether we hit the ground or we land, either terribly or quite well. Now let's go ahead and look at creating some sort of animation when we are close to the landing pad. So we can use the distance to object, lovely function. Distance to object of landing pad is less than 200. I'm going to say less than equal. If we're close, then if our image index is less than 5, because if we go to our lander, we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 indexes. Just like that. And if we play this, you can see the animation that it will do. Save it out, there we go. Pretty cool stuff. So it'll deploy, and then it's ready for landing, and if we go away, it'll pretty much do the reverse. Okay, let's close that, let's go back up. So if it's less than 5, then I want the image index to increase by 0.5, so it's about half a frame a second. Then here I need an else. So if we are moving away or are away from the landing pad, paste this, and I'm going to say if we're away from the landing pad and our image index is greater than or equal to 1, so it was perhaps for a split second close enough to the landing pad, but then we are accelerating away, we need to undo everything and get back into flight mode, which is the opposite. And actually let's do that quite quickly. Let's go back into flight mode at 1 frame per step right over there. You know what, let's make both of these 0.5, nice like that. We can tweak these and maybe even this value as we play the game. So that about wraps up everything we wanted to accomplish in this tutorial. I'm going to run through it with you one more time. We've got the measures over here, we've got our landing pad, we've got our game world, which creates the landing pad according to our creation code somewhere between the left and right of the room, and we've got 100 pixels border on the left and right. We've created a new messages layer, so that's where we're going to stick on everything that we want to appear above everything else. We've got our messages object over here, which has a 0 image speed, because we will choose which index to give it. We've got the landing pad, which doesn't really do anything, and we've got our lander, which now, when it collides with the ground, displays the failure message, which is the image index 2. When we collide with the pad, determine our speed. Depending on our speed, either display the failure message or the success message, and then do everything else as we did before after that. Then in our step event, we are creating a nice little animation over here to cycle through our frames to make those little legs pop out ready for landing. Okay, so let's save everything and actually give this a go and see what it looks like. Alright, so here we are within our menu. If I click play, it should randomly create our landing pad and give us some sort of fun to do. Now what we got to do is we're going to test the 3 outcomes when we totally miss the landing pad and land anywhere. That's the failure number 1, the failure when we are going too fast and try to land, and the 1 success. So play a game. Oh, it's right below us, that's quite easy. So let's actually fly away from it and try land somewhere else. I'm going to try land on this relatively flat terrain, which is misleading obviously because we can only land on 1 spot. So let's try. Notice the landing pads don't go out. If we clear, oh look, we landed there and it says mission failed, one cannot land on unstable terrain. So let's press escape, back to main menus, try this again. Oh, it's a bit far away. So now let's try come in way too fast. So say I'm doing some maneuvers, maybe the landing pad is a bit further away than I expected, I'm wasting some fuel. So I'm going to put myself up here and let's just burn pretty much all the fuel we have. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to come down really hard. Okay. Oh, we're out of fuel. 7, 8, 9, 10, very fast. Mission failed. You're traveling too fast for landing. Now notice there's this mission accomplished behind this guy, so we need to fix that next. Let's push escape. Let's play game. Now let's land properly. Okay, let's bring that in. Oh, there we go. The feet came out. How cool is that? And we're going to touch down nice and slowly. Boom. Mission accomplished. The astronauts have landed safely. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix that little problem and try one more time. Okay, so the problem we had was our lander was hitting the pad, but then it was also hitting the ground. which meant that it popped up 2 of these messages. So before each of these, I'm going to add an if condition, if can operate over here, and do all the magic. And let's do this indentation. So if we can operate, then do it. So obviously whichever one comes first is going to set operate to false, and then we won't get the double message. So that about wraps up this tutorial. I hope you found it educational and helpful. It was quite a simple task to do, but I thought we got to get this out of the way so we can cover some of the more exciting things. I'm thinking maybe next time we can make our game world a little bigger, maybe add some obstacles or some objectives, sort of like refuel stations of some kind, that maybe we have to hover in to replenish our fuel, but they might move or something. Just give it some sort of challenge. So if you have any suggestions for the series, please let me know via PM or comment right on this video. You can find links to download this straight in the description, as well as helpful links to other really cool resources. If you like this video as well as many of my other videos, please check out my Patreon campaign. I really do appreciate your support. So until next time, happy coding, and I'll see you then.